Greatest world records in sport history. Sports enthusiasts, welcome back. We're exploring the fascinating realm of sports records today. Number 10, 7-event superstar. Athletes compete in 7 different sports in the heptagon, with points given for accurate measurements and times. United States since July 7, 1986, when Jackie Joyner-Kersee scored 71-48 in Moscow, to become the first woman to break 7,000 points at the Goodwill Games. She has held the world record for total score, before achieving the current record of 72.91 points in her gold medal winning performance at the 1988 Seoul Olympic Games. She broke the record twice more. Because of her extreme dominance, Joyner-Kersee now holds the top 6 all-time heptathlon scores. Number 9, Powell Lewis Clash. Bob Beamon established a long jump record of 8.90 meters in Mexico City in 1968, and no one had been able to surpass it for 23 years. However, everything changed on August 30, 1991. Perhaps the greatest long jump competition in history was created by Carl Lewis and Mike Powell at the World Championship final in Tokyo. Powell's 5th attempt, an 8.95-meter jump that was wind legal, broke Beamon's record, which had held for a longer period of time than Lewis's 4th attempt, a wind-aided 8.91 meters. Dwight Phillips in June 2009 and Eric Walder in April 1994 came the closest in the intervening years. Number 8, hurdles no obstacle for Spider-Man. Despite finishing 4th in the 400-meter hurdles at the World Championships in 1991 and the 1988 Olympic Games, Kevin Young prepared for his breakthrough performance in Barcelona in 1992. To prevent weariness throughout the race, he had worked to correct his stride pattern. With everything going his way, he swiftly pulled ahead of the field in the Olympic final, crossing the finish line in 46.78 seconds. He shattered the record set by the great Edwin Moses in 1983 and became the first 400-meter hurdler to finish in less than 47 seconds. Number 7, Sotomayor soars in Salamanca. Javier Sotomayor has been the world record holder for the highest leap for 24 years. In July 1993, at Salamanca, Spain, the stocky Cuban succeeded on his 2nd attempt at the height, surpassing the set bar at 2.45 meters. 5 years prior, at 2.43 meters, he had first broken the world record there, but his nation's boycott prevented him from competing in Seoul in 1988. With a metric jump of 2.44 meters, he became the first man to clear 8 feet in July 1989. In 1992, he at last competed in the Olympics and took home the gold medal in Barcelona. The fact that 12 guys in history, among them Derek Drone of Canada, have combined to clear 2.40 meters 41 times is evidence of his dominance. Number 6, the British Kangaroo. British triple jumper Jonathan Edwards is well aware that a significant gap is not always necessary to set a new record. The American Willie Banks record of 17.97 meters was surpassed by Edwards on July 18, 1995 by a mere centimeter. In the weeks that followed, he twice broke his own world record, further demonstrating his supremacy of the competition. On August 7, during the World Championships in Gothenburg, Sweden, he jumped 18.16 meters on his first try in the final to become the first person to clear 18 meters. On his 2nd try, he performed even better, setting the current record at 18.29 meters to win by 67 centimeters over the runner-up. The competitor who has come closest to breaking the world record in the past 22 years is Christian Taylor, who jumped 18.21 meters in the Beijing World Championships in 2015. Number 5, marathon woman. Paula Radcliffe, a homegrown British favorite, broke the women's marathon world record on April 13, 2003, when she finished the 4.2.195 kilometer race in 2 hours, 15 minutes and 25 seconds at the London Marathon. Her previous world record, which was set in Chicago barely 6 months prior, was surpassed by over 2 minutes. When the International Association of Athletics Federations, IAAF, decided in 2011 that women's records had to be established in women-only events, Radcliffe faced the possibility of losing her record. Radcliffe had followed men in the 2003 London Marathon as pacemakers. However, there was such a stir about her incredible performance being lowered to a world best that the IAAF changed its mind and retained the world record. Number 4, the fastest man on Earth. At the 2009 World Athletics Championships in Berlin, Usain Bolt wins the men's 200-meter final, crossing the finish line to create a new world record. At the 2009 World Athletics Championships in Berlin, Usain Bolt wins the men's 200-meter final, crossing the finish line to create a new world record. Writing about world records in sports would be incomplete without including the fastest man alive, Usain Bolt. Since the 2009 World Championships in Berlin, the Jamaican sprinter has held the world records in both the 100-meter (9.58 second) and 200-meter (19.19 second) events. Bolt broke the 100-meter record for the third time, shaving an amazing 0.11 seconds off his winning time in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. He cut the same amount of time off the world record for the 200 meters that he had set the year before in the Olympics. Number 3. Breaking an unbreakable record. Women's 4x100-meter relay Carmelita Jeter, Bianca Knight, Allison Felix, and Tiana Madison 40.82 seconds were used. The world record for the women's 4x100-meter relay, which had stood since October 6, 1985, was broken by Team USA's Tiana Madison, Allison Felix, Bianca Knight, and Carmelita Jeter at London 2012. This achievement had a significant effect on the history of the event. The foursome beat the record set by an East German quartet at a meet in Canberra, Australia, which had stood as one of the track's longest-running records by more than half a second. Since the 1980s, when the sporting community learned of East Germany's systematic state-sponsored doping, the record has likewise been viewed with great suspicion. Number 2. Mondo's World. When Sergei Bubka faced Frenchman Thierry Vigneron, the last person to hold the world record in Rome on August 31, 1984, he had already broken the pole vault world record 3 times. Vigneron briefly regained the world record with a jump of 5.91 meters, but Bubka quickly outdid him with a jump of 5.94 meters. For the next 30 years, nobody but Bubka would hold the world record after that. The Ukrainian cleared 6 meters first in July of 1985. He continued to push himself throughout the years, setting a new world record in July 1994 when he finally reached 6.14 meters. Renaud Lavillenie, another Frenchman, appeared 20 years later. In February 2014, when competing in his own nation, Bubka astounded the sports community with a 6.16-meter vault. Number 1. Marathon Man. On Sunday, September 16, 2018, Eliud Kipchoge celebrated his victory in the 45th Berlin Marathon in Berlin, Germany. In 2 hours, 1 minute, and 39 seconds, Eliud Kipchoge broke the previous record. Dennis Kiprono Kimeto of Kenya became the first marathoner to break the 2 hours, 3-minute mark on a course eligible for records when he finished the 42.195 kilometers race in 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 57 seconds at the 2014 Berlin Marathon. Eliud Kipchoge, a fellow countryman, set a world record by finishing the Berlin Marathon in less than 2 hours and 2 minutes 4 years later. Fun fact, Berlin has hosted 6 of the even fastest marathons ever recorded by World Athletics. I appreciate you seeing. Remember to subscribe and like our YouTube channel.